cheating wife laughed. "You're dramatic. It's just a girl's trip," when I found rubber in her suitcase. It started with a sound, a soft zipper sliding open in the half-darkness of our bedroom. I was pretending to sleep. Her suitcase sat on the edge of the bed, half open, the pale morning light spilling over it like a spotlight exposing something that shouldn't be seen. I heard the faint clink of metal, then the sound of plastic, a rustle, a pause. Curiosity pulled my eyes open, slow, deliberate. Inside her suitcase was a set of folded dresses, perfume, makeup, hair straightener, and something small, wrapped in a hotel napkin, the kind we kept from that weekend trip last year. I watched her tuck it deeper into a side pocket. She froze when she noticed my reflection in the mirror. Her smile, quick, artificial, barely reached her eyes. "You're awake early." "Yeah," I murmured, my voice even. "Packing for the girls' trip?" "Mm-hmm." She zipped the bag shut. "Don't look so worried, it's just a weekend. You're being dramatic." I said nothing, because even then I knew she was lying. It wasn't the packing that bothered me, it was what she thought she could hide. When she left, the silence in the house felt surgical, clean, clinical, and heavy. The faint smell of her perfume lingered in the hallway. That particular sweetness that had once meant home now felt like a warming. She'd kissed me on the cheek before leaving, the kind of kiss you give a relative, not a husband. She'd laughed when I said I'd miss her. "You're being overprotective again, love. We all need breaks." I replayed those words as I opened her suitcase on my phone screen, the photo I'd taken before she left. In that napkin, I'd seen the edge of something I couldn't ignore. A wrapper. Rubber. Not toothpaste, not lotion. Protection. The kind meant for someone who wasn't me. I sat at the kitchen table, the clock ticking like a countdown to something I didn't yet understand. Was she really cheating? Or was I losing my mind? No, I'd learned to trust silence more than words. And silence was screaming the truth. I didn't confront her. Not yet. I played the part, the loyal husband. Texts, calls, the same tone, the same warmth. She sent me photos. Hotel balcony, beach sunset, 3 women in sunglasses laughing over cocktails. But I noticed what wasn't there. No reflection in the glass doors. No 4th chair filled. And one photo, one careless mistake, gave me everything I needed. Her phone's mirror caught a man's silhouette. Broad shoulders. A wristwatch I'd seen once, the one her boss wore. That same boss she mentioned too often, too casually. So I started digging. Work calendar, deleted emails, travel reimbursements. Friday, annual female leadership retreat. Saturday, extended mentoring session with Mr. Blake. Mentoring, that's what they called it. I felt my pulse slow. Not rage, not yet. Just a cold realization that the person I'd built my life around was building another life somewhere else. At night, I sat by the window, watching our bedroom remain untouched. Her side of the bed perfectly made. I wondered what excuse she'd invent when she came home. And I wondered how far I was willing to go to hear her say it. When she returned, I greeted her like nothing was wrong. Her hug felt mechanical. Her laughter louder than usual, as if trying to cover something up. She smelled different, not her perfume, but someone else's cologne mixed beneath it. She started unpacking while I cooked. I watched her movements. She avoided my eyes, her voice too casual, too rehearsed. "How was the trip?" I asked. "Perfect. We needed that break." It was all yoga, wine, and girl talk. I let the silence stretch. Then, slowly, I reached into my pocket and placed something on the table. Her hotel invoice. 2 guests. 1 room. Her hands froze. I watched the color drain from her face. Then, in one final act of desperation, she laughed. God, you're still overthinking everything. That's a booking error." "Then explain this," I said, sliding a printed photo across the table. The reflection of her boss, in her hotel mirror. The napkin-wrapped rubber in her suitcase. I'd found the missing piece when she unpacked. No words came out of her, just breathing, fast, uneven. Finally, she whispered, "It's not what you think." I looked at her, calm, detached. "That's the problem," I said. "It's exactly what I think." I didn't scream, didn't throw things. I simply told her the truth she couldn't face. "I've already filed for a separation," I said quietly. "The photos, the records, they're all in my lawyer's hands." Her lips trembled. You can't." "I can." And I did. She tried to step closer. It was a mistake. "I didn't mean for it to—" "Stop." My voice came out like a whisper of a knife being unsheathed. "I spent months thinking I was paranoid, gaslighting myself to protect your image. You lied every time you smiled at me." She broke down, crying, but her tears didn't move me. I'd already mourned her long before she realized it. "You laughed when I found it," I said, my tone flat. "You called me dramatic. Do you still think I'm overreacting?" She shook her head, silent sobs breaking her words. I placed my wedding ring on the table beside her phone. "Keep it. It belongs to the version of you that died the moment you lied." Then I walked away, not in anger, in perfect silence. She followed me to the door. "Please, we can fix this." But I didn't turn back, because there's nothing left to fix when truth has already burned through the lies. It's been 2 months. I see her sometimes, outside the building, pretending to wait for a cab she knows I'll pass by. I don't stop. She looks smaller now, not in size, but in presence. The ring she once wore sits in a box on my shelf, untouched, a relic, a warning. I don't hate her anymore. Hatred is still an emotion. She doesn't deserve one. What remains is clarity, the kind that comes when you've looked through every lie and found peace in the wreckage. People say betrayal breaks you. They're wrong. It shapes you, strips you down until only truth survives. And truth is all I ever wanted. She laughed when I found it. She said I was dramatic. Now she knows what real drama looks like. Silence, distance, and the sound of a door closing forever.
How could you do this?